So everyone, welcome back to the Bodybuilding Prospect podcast. We have our first special guest who is an IFBB Pro coming on today, and that is Mr. Jon Lofthouse. He's an IFBB Classic Pro, turned pro in 2019, and it was nice to be linked up to speak to him, going through all things bodybuilding, the process of going through things, moving to Dubai, being a full-time coach, and being able to pursue, obviously, the pro dream of getting to wherever he wants to go. We're going to find that out today. So I'd like to say welcome and let's breeze.
Pleasure to have you on as well.
Yeah, thank you for having me on, lads. It'll be good.
All right. So first thing to dive into, so you turned pro 2019. I think I actually watched the live stream, I think they did of that, going into who you were against, which was Michael DeBull, Abu, who are both now also classic pros. Was there like some rivalry between you three? Because you were kind of like the top guys, in the classic of amateurs in the UK for a while. Obviously you've got more, insight to who those guys were beforehand, and what could you go into?
Well, not to be rude, like, I have a huge amount of respect for everyone in classic, amateur and pro alike. But I didn't know who they were when I first went to the show. I'd never heard of them. I'll be honest, I wasn't really on the gram. I try and stay off the gram as much as I can when I'm going into shows, So if I'm honest, I didn't even know who they were when I got on. I remember like lining up backstage, and I just won my class. Well, sorry, I was going into my class, lining up backstage, and see these guys, and I think it was is it Abu?
Yeah.
I see him first, and I was like, fuck. I was like, what was the point? I was like, what was the point? Fucking quads hanging off him.
Yeah.
Fucking massive chest, arms, everything. I was like, I'm done. I was like, what is the point? And Sammy was next to him, and he was like, don't be stupid, man. He was like, you're fucking peeled. He was like, just go on stage and do it. And then, unfortunately came out the winner. But I remember seeing him and being shook. But it was a good show. It was a proper good, probably one of the most enjoyable times I've had on stage, that show, turning pro. It was it was a lot of fun.
What's the pressure difference?
Pardon?
What's the pressure difference like? Does it feel different going into a pro show than it did any of your amateurs? Is there like that little bit of pressure lingering a bit more?
So my I've done three pro shows now. And the first, obviously, I haven't done the pro league's kicking my ass at the minute, man. Absolutely kicking my ass. But the first two shows, I didn't feel any pressure, to be honest. When I went to my first two pro shows, because I didn't really have any expectations, and I didn't really care. Like, it was my first. Obviously, I wanted to win, but it was my first pro show, and I competed. My first pro show was in where was it? It was in Alicante. And it was off the back of COVID. So it was like the biggest pro show you've ever seen. I think it was like 35 pro athletes, which is like unheard of. It just doesn't happen. Yeah. So just going into that, I was like, you know what? There is no pressure for this show. It's just about cutting my teeth into, the pro leagues, getting on stage and just doing the thing. So I didn't really feel any pressure for that for the first year. But the Poland show, I felt a lot of pressure, like a lot of pressure to perform well. And obviously, even on the back of that, I still didn't do well, but that's all good. But I'd say I felt the most pressure for my pro card, to be honest, because I was so fucking adamant that I was going to win. I built this up. I'd built this up in my head. Like, I would honestly be, this is no joke, I would be on the treadmill from 12 weeks out, just, doing my cardio. And I would visualize the point. I would visualize winning to the point of almost like, if you're going to earn your pro card and you put this much into it, you're definitely going to cry. Well, I knew I would. I've got emotional winning any show. You put so much into it, and then it just comes out. And I literally visualized to the point where I would get upset on the treadmill, like, I wouldn't bawl my eyes out, but like tears would come up in my eyes and be like, shit. Like, I would go so deep into it, and I've done that every fucking day. And I think I put the pressure on myself,
But that's the deeper side to it, you're a fully grown man, people just see this other guy, and you're in your big baggy jump, whatever, like you're on a treadmill, like, this dude's like tearing up, like, what's he up to, what's he got going on, has he got a problem with something?
That's a different level of manifestation, that actually like feeling the emotions of winning before it's happened whilst you're on a treadmill. That's insane.
We all have them. No, go on, you go.
No, I was just gonna say, and I haven't actually had that since, So I think I kind of know in myself that even this year for Poland, I think deep down I knew in myself that I'm still not ready. I still need a lot more muscle. So it will come.
But just going to, like you're saying, more muscle, because I think I took a note here. Was it 4 kilos off the weight cap when you turned pro. Is that correct? Was it for the amateur cap?
His memory now.
Yeah, 80. I was on stage at 89 kilos. I actually got down lower, obviously, but by the time I carved up, I was 89 kilos on stage. So yeah, 4
How tall are
kilos.
you?
93 be his limit.
5'10" and a half. I think I get measured at.
Yeah. And obviously, you get your weight increase once you turn pro. How many? Is it 10 pounds more you get? 10, 12?
It's, 5 kilos. Yeah, 10, 11 pounds.
Man, and you've got plenty more to go.
Yeah, huge jump. So like this year, Poland, I got my body weight down to, I think the upper 91s.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was on stage probably around sort of 93 and a half.
Yeah.
But, I could have pushed my body weight down lower if I wanted to. Like I was pushing hard, but I could definitely get my body weight down lower. Like me and Cal spoke, like if I wanted to, I could have got down to 90 kilos. But that would probably be a detriment to my physique, you know?
Yeah. I mean, when I was watching guys like Neil Curry, you know, struggling to make weight for the last 2 years, and it's like, man, like, when are you going to have to just call it and be like, I can't make it anymore? You know, seeing the sauna tricks, and I don't know what sort of diuretic protocol he's using, but I'm like, how do you even make it? You know, and like this guy's skinned from 10 weeks out.
Yeah, I know. It's unreal. I don't know how he does it, to be honest, man. I think he just kills himself. I remember being at the when we've only competed against each other once. Well, I don't really say compete against each other. I was in a third call out. I remember being like at the event the day before. We have to like weigh in and stuff. And I can't remember where someone come up to me and he was like, "Oh fuck, I don't know if Neil's going to be competing. He's been sitting in a bath for 4 hours." He didn't have a sauna, so he was sitting. Apparently, this is like I heard this like secondhand, so I don't quote me. But
I think I saw the stories that day. He was sharing the stories of like him.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because I think he was going like back and forth checking his weight.
We had a bit of beef at the time, so I won't follow him.
Bodybuilding beef.
How's it been going with Cal since the move, man? It seemed from the outside looking in, man, it's been an incredible blow up to say the least. But like, how do you feel as an athlete-coach relationship? How do you think it's been different?
What difference in terms of what, just being out the country?
Just working with Cal, like the vibe, not necessarily the details, but just the vibe of coach. Like, how you feeling?
He's awesome, man. He's awesome. I think everybody says this, but he really is. He's got such a deep passion for coaching, you know, and you just get the feel, or at least I did as an athlete, that like when I started working with him, he just wants to, he doesn't just see you as a client, you know, he sees you as an athlete, you know, he recognizes that like this isn't just like a little thing I do, like this is my fucking life, like it's my career, like if I do well in this, I could potentially, you know, like live the dream, you know, like there's a lot of opportunities that come with being at the top of the game, and I genuinely think that I have the potential to get there, and I think it's the fact that he recognizes that, you know, with the people that he takes on, he recognizes that there's potential for this guy to change their life, you know, so he really fully immerses himself and just invests himself, you know, in everyone.
That seems like a real cool bond to have.
It's quite clear. It's clear you see the pool of athletes he's got coming toward, like gravitating towards him currently. He's mega. Yeah. But even the amateur guys, I've got a couple of friends that were with JP, have worked with all kinds of like, good top end UK coaches that have moved over to Cal, and straight away, even from just what they receive in like a pack, can see the attention to detail and like what you get from a like an individual relationship seems to be like mind boggling to them from what they've had in the past. So yeah.
He took me on off of the back of James Llewellyn, you know, and it's like little things like this. He was like, right, are you doing everything on WhatsApp at the minute? Because obviously he's like Google Sheets and all that. And I was like, yeah, just WhatsApp. And he was like, okay, sweet. That motherfucker sent me my diet, my cardio, and my training plan every single day in the morning after I sent pictures for like 6 weeks. Every day.
Nice.
Every day, with small tweaks in the training, small tweaks in the diet, here and there. Every freaking day. I would send for 6 weeks, man. He made me send pictures every day, a lot of times post-workout as well. And then in the morning, you know, within the hour, it's like my full, you know. So it was like a smooth transition for me, you know, and then he got like sheets up. So, but it's little things like that. Like he goes out of his fucking way to to be what you need him to be. He doesn't like, he molds to you, you don't mold to him. And I think that's a cool quality for a coach. You know, not to say that he doesn't throw his 2 cents in and obviously, you know, give you his ideas and thoughts about how to approach things, but he really molds to you and becomes just what you need him to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There you go.
And what was cool to see last year, obviously, especially with Hader chasing after it all year, and every show he was, doesn't matter what country it was in, Callum was there, and I was like the amount of money that he's putting in of his own, off his own back to follow him around, not follow him around, obviously coach him, take him with him. It's like you are amongst it, mate. Like you can't do anything but rate it.
100%. He's just extremely dedicated to his athletes, man. I can't remember. He did tell me how many countries he had been. I can't remember. It was crazy though. But yeah, he really does put the work in, man. And he's such a cool guy. Like when we was together in Poland for a week, for my show, he's just, you know, we're just up talking, chatting about shit. Like he's just a cool fucking guy. He's definitely a friend as well as a coach now. You know.
I mean, I followed him for quite a long time. Never managed to speak to him. I walked past him at the Arnold. I just see the mustache and obviously the 6 foot whatever tall he is. You know, you can't miss him, can you? But I would speak to him at some point because our training, any sort of training instruction video from Joe Jeffrey, our coach, will come mainly from Muscle Mentors. Purely because he loves their style of things with exercise execution, biomechanics, which, you know, we're just dabbling in now, which is, you know, another mind blower in its own. But obviously anyone that Joe trusts, we automatically are going to, you know, go towards that because the energy is good if the people are good and they've got to know what they're doing.
Plus, Callum lifts like a monster.
He's strong,
he's got some retarded strength going on, man. That's just silly.
There's that one machine. I think it's almost like a vertical. It's like a vertical pendulum squat, if that makes sense. You might know a bit of
the true squat.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I've never used one. Yeah, I want to just see how weak I am compared to guys like him. You know, like just go and piss on me a quick one.
How did you find the adaptation moving out to Dubai, man? Because it's a big move leaving home. Like, you know, we've said before, but actually, I mean, I moved 2 hours from home, and that was quite like it took me a while to settle in. But that's not another country.
Yeah, it was hard, man. Like obviously, I've been in Essex in the UK my entire life. Obviously, I've like over the past however many years, 6 years, like I traveled a lot with bodybuilding, like different shows all the fucking time. I'm used to traveling about, but I haven't ever moved anywhere. Like, not to throw a pity party, but my freaking dad passed in December. But as I had already planned to move, you know, so like I had the move plans that we was going around about mid-December, and then my dad died. It was like just before December, you know, like just before we went, like 2 weeks before we was due to go. And I was like, fuck, man, like, what do I do? I didn't want to, it's one of them things. It's like, do you want to stay here and, you know, be with family and everything? Or do you just keep going on? Do you just keep moving forward with things? And I decided to keep moving forward with things. You know, I moved out there for literally 2 weeks, flew back for the funeral, and then it came back. And then I'll be straight honest with you guys, like for the first, from like Christmas, which is when I got, like, after the funeral, come back, from Christmas to up until a month ago, you know, like mid-Jan, probably like a month, maybe 4 to 6 weeks. It's been hell. I went into, I don't know if it's like, if I was, but I feel like I hit a bit of depression. Like I was having really dark thoughts. So it really wasn't good, to be honest. I had a couple breakdowns. I'm fortunate my missus here kept me on the straight and narrow. You know, like FaceTiming my brothers and stuff a lot. We're all going through the same thing. It's like at that time where you probably want to be around family and be around friends. I left and I was around nothing. But I just, like, what do? You know, I made a decision to move on and keep moving forward with things.
It is number one, isn't it? It's for number one, you know?
I couldn't change it, you know, I couldn't change it. So I decided to carry on, and it was hard transition, but like I'm much better now, and I'm really enjoying it out here now. But the first month was really hard, especially being away from Sammy. It was one of the hardest things to be away from Sammy. We talk all the time. We've got such a connection. We've trained together for like 7 years. Like when I say like we've trained together like 7 years and spent like 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, like on those training days, that's what we do. Like we put in time, and he's like more than a brother to me, you know. So being away from him is really hard as well. He's coming out here soon, I think.
Yeah, that's beating our relationship, George. That kind of beats us, but
Mate, we might as well not even be mates at this point.
Like, what happened was me and George, like maybe a similar story. You know, you bump into each other in the gym, you realise you train at the same sort of time. Yeah. And this is when George had hair, bear in mind. And we were like, yeah, should we just get a session in tomorrow? And then literally from that next day, like a year straight, because we were coached by Jace at that time. And obviously our training was very similar. We were like with the Oxygen program. When Jace first went to Oxygen, training with a Figo Ahmad, I think his name is, the new pro. That sort of training style, Jamie Duego style. And yeah, we did that for like a year straight, and then he fucking fucks off and leaves and travels 2 hours up north.
Well, look, you grew, I didn't, so I had to do something.
Nah, it is awesome obviously to have guys like that, you know. Like, is your circle reasonably small, like within the bodybuilding community, would you say?
Yeah, I don't want to say I've got no friends and shit on a lot of people who you know I probably would class as a friend, but I don't know. Like, I'll be straight. Like, a friend to me is quite a deep thing. You know, like I wouldn't say I have many friends. Like, Sammy's my only like very, very close friend. I've got a couple of friends back home, but yeah, my circle, if you want to call it that, is tiny. You know, I've got 3 brothers. I'm very close to them. Sammy, my missus, like all my family, and I've got a shit ton of people that I'm, you know, friends with, but like people that I spend time with, not many at all, man. Not many at all. I've just been in a box for 6 years trying to turn pro and just do this thing that's bodybuilding. It's just been me and Sammy, you know. I've got a couple of other good friends, but I
think it's quite a common thing with people that kind of and they make it, the ones that kind of make it on their goal or whatever that is. It tends to be a similar trend that they just lock themselves in and go like Hobbit mode and just focus on that few and just keep driving ballistic for that goal. Pays off.
You know, it's like the old friends, you know, the ones that invite you out on Friday nights for drinks, stuff like that, and eventually you move away from it. Let's be honest, though. I had a friend of mine the other day. It's actually a client as well. He's like, let's organise a drink soon. I was like, for the first time ever, I was like, mate, like, I can do food, you know, it depends where we're going. But I was like, I'm not about it. And I actually felt weird to say it. Like, I don't actually have to just turn up, get mullered, you know, and that's it. You know, I don't have to. And to be honest, I don't fucking want to. I'll be honest. I'd rather just go out for dinner with my girlfriend and come home and sleep. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm the same, man. Like, up until 22, I've done, you know, the going out scene, everything like that. And to be honest, I look back at it now, I'm like, man, that's like 4 years from 18 to 22 just damaged me. I could be 4 years further.
It's the same thing I say.
Yeah, but it's no point dwelling on it. I actually had a period in my life, like it was 2020, where I actually dwelled on that so much. It made me want to quit bodybuilding. I've actually spoke about that. Like, I dwelled on the fact so much that I got into this sport where so many people were doing better than me. It's just Instagram and stuff, you know, like it can really fuck your head. And I just weren't in a happy place. I had to really just focus on myself and realize it really doesn't matter. You know, everyone's on their own journey, and the only thing that matters is that you're happy and having fun doing what you're doing.
Yeah, and we had the same thing, you know, going into obviously still an amateur level. Say, for example, what is it? Callum's young guy client, I think he's still a junior. It's £300.
Oh yeah, I've seen him. The Cloud.
The fucking Cloud. That's what you're going to call him. I was like, are you having me on? Are you having me on? I was like, this guy's got £60 on me easily. And I think he's a year younger than me. And I'm like, if I was to stare at that every day, I'd probably give up bodybuilding. Do you know what I mean? But like you said, you can't
dwell on it. Man. You can't dwell on it. Like, I compete against like Valentin in Poland. He's like, what's he, 22?
Oh, what, the one who turned pro at the Arnold?
Yeah. I think. Yeah,
I watched his routine and stuff. Like, that was phenomenal. Like, I got to see it in person, and that guy, like, he was loving it. And obviously, his first pro shot, they gave him, I think, like an extra minute of posing because he turned pro that day. Like, the commentator was like, he's like, we're going to give you another minute. He was like, just keep rolling out the poses, and he was absolutely loving it, and the crowd was loving it. I was like, this is bodybuilding. I loved it.
I never got to see it. I was only up there for one day on Sunday on the sub need stand, but I remember Sammy and his missus coming up to me, and they was like, "Oh, you got to see this kid! Like, he was incredible." And then like a few days later, I'm with him, competing against him, and then eating pizza with him till 3 a.m. in the morning. We literally had to go for like a walk at like 3 a.m. around Warsaw, just to walk. Me, him, Cal and Sammy are all in the room. We're both dying on the floor, eating too much pizza. And I was like, Cal, what the fuck can I do? I was like, I can't go see this. He was like, you need to go for a freaking walk.
Yeah.
So me and Cal me and Valentin just got up and just walked for an hour, like 3 a.m. at Warsaw. Just had this really deep talk about similar stuff we're talking about now.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
Mate, that's the cool shit you remember.
Yeah.
Your transition into bodybuilding, like, what was it that kicked it off for you? Well, where did this start? Like the passion for it, or was it just like did it just evolve over time, or did you know? I've seen the pictures of the boxing and.
Yeah. So I got into sort of just lifting weights when I was probably 16, just a little bit, just like because you weren't even allowed to join the gym. Where I was, there was only like one gym. It was a Fitness First. Because it's a fair while. I ain't that freaking old, but like it's a fair while ago. You know, it's like 13. You know, it's 13 years ago. There wasn't like Instagram. It was generally like kind of at the end of the Flex magazine era. I was still on magazines and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Facebook was just coming about. But yeah, I started training, like lifting a few weights in my bedroom at 16 because my brother was into it. He kind of got me into it. Then at 17, started college. There was a college gym. Basically just longed off all my classes and just went to the gym every day. I done sports psychology and business, literally got U's in everything because I didn't go to any of the classes. I just went to the gym all the time. And then from there, my brother was a Sparky, so I became a Sparky because I didn't know what the fuck to do. So from then till 22, I was basically a Sparky with this mad passion for bodybuilding. Like the only thing I gave a fuck about was putting the tools down, get home and go to the gym, you know? Like if it was a leg day, I was on price work at the time. I'm leaving at like 1 o'clock and I'm going to train legs, you know. So it was, to be honest, like it was actually when I was 21 that really basically just changed my whole life around. You know, I basically just got in trouble. Like I got done for GBH at the time, and just being an idiot. To be honest, nothing that bad. I'm not saying I'm a hard man, but I was just an idiot. Got into a bad fight and I got done for it. Narrowly, and it did narrowly, genuinely like escape freaking going to jail. Got like 250 hours community service and a massive fine and all that. And that was the point. And I was like, fuck this. I was like, if things can change that quickly by me being like an idiot, I'm gonna get myself on, you know, the straight and narrow. Not that I was, like I say, it was just one stupid night, but I'm gonna get myself, you know, on a path that I can focus, you know. So, and that was pretty much it. Like I was just, I read a book called The Secret. Probably loads of people know about that. You know, cheesy, but that book actually made me quit electrics. You know, literally, I was going to work one day. I was with my mate. We was talking on a Sunday, having breakfast and that, and we was like, "Fuck this! Let's quit our jobs. Let's get into fitness." And we did. We got on the train. I got on the train on Monday morning. Was on the way to work, just looking at everyone. I was like, "Nah, fuck this! I'm not doing it anymore." So it's fair. I'm not doing it anymore. So I got off halfway to work, left the tools at work, just went back home. I was like, I'm done. Quit. Called my boss. I was like, I'm not coming back. And he was like, what do you mean come back? I was like, I'm done being an electrician. And that was it. And then, and then I ended up got a job behind the counter at Rip Gym, and the rest is history.
Yeah. Rip Gym, great gym for people that don't know. Obviously, that's is it Basildon? I want to say Basildon.
Yeah, Basildon.
Yeah, it's great. And the posing room upstairs is mint, so definitely something good to check out.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the story. That's how I got into it.
I feel there's a lot of similarity when you look at people that make it in bodybuilding. Like there's always that definitive moment. It sounds cringy saying, "Oh, yeah, bodybuilding saved me" and all that, but there's often like a definitive moment where it's like a choice you got to make. It's either going this way, the wrong way, or it's bodybuilding or broke. Like that's it.
Yeah. Like I won't go like it saved me. Like I wasn't really going down like that. It's not like I was a freaking pimping drug addict like into all this shit, you know. I just had a stupid night, but it did save me from living that, you know, a life of what was discontentment, like unsatisfaction. You know, it definitely strayed me away from the normal, you know, 9 to 5 on a building site. Like that would have been my life, you know, if I didn't make the decisions.
I mean, we've done it. We've done the same.
I made that same choice last year. Just went full time with coach.
As well, yeah.
Yeah, I was tarmac for 6 years, and I just went, no, I'm done. Bodybuilding and coaching, that's where it is. I went for it.
I started block paving when I first went on site years ago, and I had a bad back at 19, and I was like, yeah, you can, like, my pals, they were earning a mint from paving. You know, when you lay some serious meters, same as obviously your trade, you know, you can earn some money. I was like, my back hurts, and I've got to go train. You know, everything was like deadlifts, wasn't it? You know, back in the teen years, you know, I want to get massive deadlifts and all that stuff. And I was like, I'm just not about it. Then I moved to the railway, and that was the most bodybuilding friendly sector to probably go into, because let's be honest, everyone knows people that work on the railway, you don't do much and you earn all right, let's be honest. So definitely bodybuilding friendly. Anyone that doesn't know, yeah, it's a very friendly industry to be in for those that are stuck in, say, a trade they don't want to be in.
Sure.
Jack it off. Go for full time. Just go full time.
I couldn't afford my lifestyle and to afford bodybuilding at the minute, just going full time yet.
Neither could I when I started. I just took the jump and went for it.
I got this place to pay for. I got Joe to pay for.
Yeah.
My girlfriend, enough, doesn't cost me a lot. So.
I'm sure you will at some point. You'll make the jump.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I do love my job, which is something most people can't say. You know.
Yeah.
Is one thing that isn't. Going to questions, obviously, before we're going too far. First one I've got is always good to ask people is, who is your favorite physique ever, like in bodybuilding? Like coming back onto that, like, who do you love?
It's such a hard question when people say that, you know, because I've got favorite physiques for different reasons.
Yeah.
But I have to, if I had to choose one, it would probably just be Tom Platz.
Okay.
Not because of his physique, just because of his obviously his physique was incredible for the time, but just his attitude towards bodybuilding, you know. But I can be quite a deep guy myself, and the way he just speaks and how much passion he has for bodybuilding is unreal. And obviously I had the opportunity to meet him and not train with him, but he trained me amongst like a group of people a couple of years ago. It was just the most amazing experience ever, you know. Like, he had me under the squat rack. I think just a couple plates aside, he had me get to like 47 of the most perfect reps and get to absolute freaking failure and beyond, you know, getting dragged out the pocket like 5 times. And then I just remember racking the bar, falling to the floor, rolling over, and you got Tom Platz literally just leaning over me with the most serious face. And he just goes, he puts his hand out to pick me up, and he just goes, "Welcome to the pain zone." And I was like, that's life done. I was like, that is the most epic moment ever. But he fucking meant it, you know? Like, I can't even say it without laughing, but when he says shit, he just express himself like other people can't, and he fucking means it, and that's so fucking cool.
After watching all his videos, like obviously him and his training seminars, one thing you're going to remember him for is his dress sense, because it's phenomenal. You know, he comes in with the 3-piece suit.
Yeah,
he's still got the old school hair.
Alfonso look.
Yeah, and like you're saying, and his passion for bodybuilding is nuts. I think, I can't remember, he put a top amateur on the hack squat. He was going for, you know the Tom Platz style on the toes on the hack squat. And he was digging heads. I think he was Jimmy. It might have been Jimmy Tonk. It might have been before he turned pro. Either way, he was just digging them out, and he's like in their face. He's like, "Mate, you love this shit, don't you? Like, you do this for free." You really could tell he would. Just phenomenal to see.
Yeah.
What about from era to era? Is there any that like stand out from, say, like the golden era, like the 2000s to modern day?
So like a favorite physique from each era?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I suppose I'll take Tom Platzy for that sort of, you know, the golden era in the 70s, and then, you know, sort of like 90s. For me, Sean Ray, just for posing, presentation.
Like physique, not personality.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, fucking. Well, I'll only judge people by my encounters that I have with him. And he said my posing was great once on my comment, so he's in my good books, to be honest. I know he can be a bit of a dick, it seems. But Sean Ray, just for posing and just the quality of the physique, like the physique is fucking
just
quality. Just clean, so clean. Like that, when everyone speaks to me, like, what do I like on a physique? Like, it's just a clean physique, clean lines, like everything, like the tan form, that just a clean physique. You know, there's another word that I can say for it. And then going into the 2000s, Jay Cutler, more just because of the
hair.
The hair, yeah, probably. Yeah, just the influence he had on me, you know. He was one that I watched a lot growing up, but just on the DVDs, like Cut Above the Rest and stuff like that. He influenced my training a lot still to this day. Like the way he trains and stuff like that is a big influence on him. But there's many bodybuilders, man, like, you know, all of them, Lavroni, Kaya Green, like so many of them that I've taken so much from all of them.
Question I got from I didn't know down who it was from, so when they hear it, they'll know who it's from them. It's kind of specific. It was, how has your arm training changed from before turning pro to turning pro? Obviously, take that how you will, but that is what they are. So,
it hasn't.
Yeah,
it's never changed. You know, I've done a video, I think, on the ground, like I don't know, like last week or something, and it was about like basically like shorten the muscle, load the muscle, lengthen the muscle. That's how I train arms. You know, it's how I train most body parts, to be honest. But
Build, load, lengthen, if I remember.
Yeah, full load, lengthen.
That's
a bit fucking erotic, I think it came out in the end. I didn't realize. Everyone was like, "Yeah, fuel load." Then, I'd say. But yeah, no, that my arm training hasn't changed, man. Sammy had a big influence on my arm training, to be honest.
Yeah,
definitely.
Has your training changed much since the move to Cal? Because I know like he's very, very methodic in his approach to training, obviously with his knowledge behind it. But from what I can see, from what I've seen from your videos, is like you're quite that old school 90s. We'll just go to failure and take it to that place quite a lot.
Yeah, I still do.
Yeah, I can imagine trying to shout reps and reserves at you.
I think Cal knows. Like I try. I do follow his plan, obviously, and yeah, the split is definitely different. But my style of training is hard to change, you know.
Yeah.
Because I feel it. Like nobody can tell you what you feel and what you don't feel. And, you know, doing like the very, very slow, controlled reps, very, very like executions and stuff like that. Like, honestly, you don't get a good pump training like that. So I will train with his, like the volume that he lays out and stuff, but I train with my own style, you know, and whether that looks right or wrong to people, it doesn't really matter because that's how I feel it, you know. Like, but like, I had a session with Jamie Rigo the other day and we just fucking went mental, you know. We just went mental, and I'm sore as fuck, you know.
He loves it.
Yeah, he fucking loves it, and I love that style of training, you know. So yeah, with the way Cal has it programmed for me, as opposed how I execute it, is differently, you know. I'm not like, for example, like Josh Bridgman and all that, like, you know, how they very, very on point with their, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Very methodical.
Yeah, very methodical. I just can't train like that, you know. I've trained for so many years and I train for enjoyment, like, and I don't have any trouble like feeling body parts anymore, you know. So I kind of just train.
That's a big factor. I think quite a lot of people skip over as well. That you said that it's what you enjoy, like as well. As, it's all good us saying, okay, well, this may be better in this study than, but if you're going in there and you don't fucking like it, you're not going to get anything out of it. You're just going to use a shit session. It kind of sums up me and you, Al, being complete bipolar opposites. I'm very much like proper methodical. I need to go through it all like a bloody scientist, but that's just because I enjoy that. Whereas you hate it.
It's like, I'll put a video up of me doing, say, a cable stack row, right? Yeah. And he'll be in my DMs replying to the story, rinsing it like this long. And I'm like,
rinsing each other. I love that.
All I'll say is, fuck off, I felt it, you know?
Yeah. And that is it. Like, you like when I trained with Jamie the other day, like you see some of the reps we're doing. We're just like, like fucking bad man. But like we've both been training for so many years. Like, trust me, I'm feeling that like fucking hell. Yeah. Like, and you can't say like some of the top pros in the world, like the way they move weights is
Oh, he hates it. He hates it.
Yeah, you know, it looks amateur, but like, who are you to say that they're not feeling it?
That's it. You see someone like the shed doing something wrong. You're not going to have some biomechanics guru pop up and be like, yeah, that doesn't work. It looks like it worked for him.
It just takes
It's like Jamie, I know some of his leg movements, like he'd do like hit like a certain point towards failure, and then he'll start partials for like 20. And they are so ugly, but if you look at his face, right, and how his legs are popping, you know that's driving some serious. And who's to say it's not going to work? You know, it's not optimal for hypertrophy. You know, who's going to say that?
Fuck optimal. Yeah. I had this conversation with Rigo, and he was like, you know what? Sometimes you train like this, it's impossible not to fucking grow. Like, you're just trashing the muscle. All right, it might not be optimal, like recovery and all that shit, but who fucking cares, man? Like, I say this to a lot of my guys who come with me, like clients and stuff, and they're just getting started, and they're coming to me from a very like analytical, methodical point of view, which is cool. You know, that's a lot of content of what they're seeing. But sometimes I do just try and tell them, just like take a bit of a back step here, chill out a little bit, because they're building like so much anxiety around their sessions about, you know, performing the reps right. Oh, did this go well? Did that go well? I lost a rep here. It's like fucking just chill, man. Like you're in your first freaking year or 2 years of training. Yeah. Like some of the what's it? Like core foundations, you know, that you need to
basics.
Build. Yeah, it's just fucking like intensity. Like learn how to work hard. The rest will come.
Yeah, you know, the rest same as we were saying.
Fucking hard.
We spent. I've been training 8 years, and I didn't start doing this technical shit until like the last year and a half. Up until that point, it was powerlifter training, going for my 1 rep max all the time, benching, deadlift, training with you, Al, doing the oxygen plan, where we was doing Jamie Dorego, J style drop sets, 7 plate drop sets, going until you want to throw up. Like you have to learn where that point is to then be able to take my approach that I've got now to say, right, I'll stop 2 before that. But unless you've got there, like you can't go into it without experiencing it.
Yeah, 100%, man. You just have to train, and then once you've got the experience, like you just have to find your own way. You know, whatever you enjoy doing is cool, and you can't slag off anyone else for the way they do things, especially if they're bigger than you.
You're fucking right.
I love
talking anyone who's bigger than us.
Yeah. So when you're catching up with friends, obviously, coaches and things like that, and I do like to ask them, I do dig in. I'm like, what's your sort of methods? What do you like to do? And like a friend of mine, Tom Thorman, you may have come up, he's in Dubai as well. And I saw some of his stuff. It's like he likes to put some 6 working set stuff for some people, and I was like, that sounds crazy amount of volume. And like he was like, but that's the way I like to do things. And it's like, and I wanted to go into the details, like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why does Joe like to, Callum like to do reps in reserve? Why does Jamie like to just drop set fucking everything and put himself in a hole, why does Branch Warren like to half rep everything, but it's like stupid weight, or like this, that, and the other, 8 plate T-bars and all that? Like, what's the best way? Or
there's 1,000,001 ways to skin a cat, man, and all of them will work for someone.
Yeah, and that is it. There is no best way, man. At the end of the day, I think the only thing that stands true is time under tension and some form of progression, like progressive overload. Yeah. Whether that's with weight, improved form, or whatever it is, there has to be some form of progression, and there has to be time under tension, and that's it. Work fucking hard. Don't stress yourself out about it, and do it how you want to do it. If you want to be methodical and analytical, you get a kick out of that. That's cool. If you want to train like a fucking animal, and look like a freaking donkey kicking around, then do that.
Yeah.
With a bit of a funnier one. Is longer hair more classic than short?
I think it is. I feel less classic. I'm not gonna lie.
I feel less.
It was a pinnacle look, man. Like the UK classic bodybuilding was represented by you and that long hair on stage. Like that's something that everyone who's into classic it's memorable.
Get this, man. I stopped putting up posing reels for a little bit. I put one up the other day, but I stopped. There was a period of putting them up. I haven't told no one, missus, why I really stopped putting them up. I didn't like my hair. I was like, I cut my hair off, and I feel like the posing is now not classic. I was like, it doesn't look as good. I feel like I now look like an Essex boy trying to be like in a golden bodybuilder. It don't work, but obviously I'll cut it because unfortunately a posing reel is 30 seconds, and I've got the rest of life to deal with where I feel like a hobo. So
yeah, gotcha. Maybe you need a mustache. Is that been a consideration of yours?
It's the Chris Bumstead. Whatever trend, whatever style he brings to the Olympia, you see this big trend or something. All there's loads of kids in my gym, like 16 with mullets, and I'm trying to grow some hash.
It's the fucking mullet. Like,
I don't know, man. I'm not about it.
I got a mate of mine. He actually had a mullet for long, and he got so mad he chopped his off. He was like, "I'm fucking done with it." He was like, everyone else trying to mullet, and he did it. He always had it before Chris Bumps and all that sort of stuff, and he was, "I'm just done with it."
Yeah, no, I do miss it. I might grow it back. I don't know. I just felt like a bit of a hobo, it's hard work because my hair don't naturally sit back. It's hard work. Trying to keep it back. I wake up in the morning, it's like,
yeah.
Did you keep the ponytail when you chopped it off?
Yeah, it's framed.
I don't know why someone wanted to know that.
It's somewhere. I don't know where it is now. Rolling in the wind.
When's the return for the stage?
2023 sometime. Like I've flirted with the idea of getting on stage at the end of this year. Because I think that the Olympia is really late this year, isn't it?
I think they're continuing that late time again.
So like the late qualifiers like November. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it. But then that just means starting to get in shape like end of summer, and it's just cutting my off season like short again. I just know I'm going to fall short again. So I have to, as much as I don't want to, like definitely want to compete. I really don't want to have a year off, but I have to, man. So it will be next year, and you know, I'd like to say I will definitely be at the 2023 Olympia next year. Yeah, it'll sometime. I don't know when. I don't know if it will be early in the year or summer. I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing that and this comes out a bit of the blue, but there was one shot I saw of you. I think it's when you changed your most muscular, like to that front sort of. I need to find a picture. If you give me a second.
Yeah, I've done so many.
Yeah, I will. It won't take me long.
I'm pretty sure John did a post recently where he literally went through every single possible most muscular there is.
I did. I posted like 5 of them.
Yeah.
Right. It won't take.
Because Leon said it to me, and he tagged me like doing the Jon Lofthouse most muscular. I don't even know what that is.
I think this most muscular, because I even tried it the other day in Crayford. I was trying it out, and I was like, do you know what? It doesn't actually look too bad. Like it's just different. Oh, this is going to annoy me. Come on. Is it there's so many naked photos of you on here, man. But there's just the one of them.
Han said that the other day. She's like, you need to start posting pictures in t-shirts, just so you know.
Put some father sons on, you know, tag them in it.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
Can't do that.
You what about this one now?
That's the one. Thank you.
Oh, that one.
He hits it a little bit different in the old one. I think there's one more where it's like one leg quad forward, like, and adductor showing. It's like as if that front leg was turned offset a little bit. But yeah, that's the sort of shot. That one. Just like that. Yeah.
Yeah, see that one is like that's not even one I really thought about doing, you know. I was kind of just in the room just flexing. Yeah. I just put my hands together. I was like, yeah, but I don't think I've ever even hit that on stage. I'm not sure.
Yeah. What's your weight in that shot?
I think I will now, because that one, everyone was like, oh, that, like, I can't remember what number it was, but everyone was at that one. And I was like, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, number 4, I think.
Yeah, so I'll probably will start hitting that one. I've definitely done them hands before, but I don't know if I've ever done it standing on the stage. Yeah, I like that. Cool. Just playing about with it.
What was your weight in that shot? Do you remember?
Like the standard one, the Phil Heath. I can't really do that one because my bicep attachments don't look good for it. Yeah, unless I've got like a really big arm pump, I can do it. But
it's the one shot I've always struggled with. I don't like any of my most muscular.
The hands like this.
I've got arms literally as long as my legs. So when I hit the most muscular, like I've just got fucking skeletal arms. They just hanging everywhere. There's gaps all over the place. Like
you need toed arms, mate.
That one, it kind of closes the arms up nicely. That's why I do it, to be honest.
I have to play around.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just play around. That's all I do. I just fucking make it up.
That's the one thing I've been enjoying more so than anything. Leon and Ryan both got me doing it. Just don't strip off. Just leave your fucking trousers on. Look in the mirror, put some music on, and just fucking film it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Me
used to never have clothes. We just always used to be in a vest and then just hit shots.
Play around it. You can tweak things to look prettier on the physique when you are actually stripped off, checking in or doing whatever. But just playing around with what I feel comfortable getting into and doing is so much better.
For sure. 100%.
I find it so easy. Like, I'm guilty of not being a phenomenal poser at all. I just like to hit mandatory shots and trying to just look more like a bodybuilder, and you kind of just hit it, and before you know it, you're already packing up the tripod and you're like, wait, take a second, you dickheads, and try something else. I sent some to George the other day and I was like, I'm giving it a go, let's see what this tugboat can do. You know what I mean? And he was like, tweak this, and he was like your hip flexibility is shit, like trying to twist the back. And you could just see all the pressure building up on this left side. It's like, you need to maybe stretch a bit more.
What happens when you're a short little Wreck-It Ralph bodybuilder, man?
Want to be bodybuilder, still muscle model for now.
Not long, man.
That's what's up, man. Just put some music on and just have a little flow around, you
know. One from Leon actually. What was John's record as a boxer, and what made you get into boxing?
Oh, fucking hell!
I see the one of you holding the belt.
I can't remember what the song was. It It was from a Sons of Anarchy soundtrack, but I can't remember what one.
Oh no, I think he means record as in boxing record, like competitive. Is that what you mean?
What song did I walk out to?
No, I mean,
what was your record, like wins?
Oh, my record. Oh man, like I only had like a few unlicensed fights, you know. That like I was never trying to post that saying I was a freaking like amazing boxer. It's just one of the things I had like 3 unlicensed fights and I won them. But it's just unlicensed fights, you know. I just love any sport, to be honest, you know.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding takes the cream of the crop, but I've been involved in so many different sports. I just love sport, moving. I just love it, you know. And I got into boxing, to be honest, off the back of the fight I had and getting in trouble. I was like, man, I need to channel this somewhere. A few things happened in my life, and I was just angry for whatever reason. And I just had to channel it for a couple of years. So I got into
punch people up. Yeah.
I enjoyed it though. I said, don't get me wrong, I got punched way more than I punch people. I had I've got a bad nose injury from it. Like my nose goes completely flat.
Oh, mad. Look at that.
I got no cartilage in my nose from boxing.
Sure.
3 years just hammering it 5 times a week.
Yeah.
I would just go forward like thought I was Rocky, just lead with my head.
Yeah.
In the end, my nose was impenetrable because it couldn't be busted anymore.
Man, that is amazing just watching you play with it because it just goes full on flat.
It's all fun. Somebody put me in. I was like relatively like good, quite quick. So somebody put me in sparring with this dude who was just fucking amazing. He beat the absolute shit out of me. Yeah. But I enjoyed boxing. But yeah, bodybuilding takes cream of the crop. But I've done a lot of different sports.
Is there any other ones that you're into at the minute? Like, as in any sort of like, where Dubai obviously opens the door for a lot of things. Anything you want to look into while you're out there, or even like skydiving, things like that?
No. Oh yeah. We actually me and Hannah spoke about skydiving the other day. But I'm turning into a proper bitch now. The older I get, and the more I'm like, obviously, you know, pro bodybuilder trying to like get somewhere.
Can't get injured. Yeah.
If I get injured, and I'm fucked. If I get injured to the point I can't bodybuilding, I'm fucked. I've just I'm 29. I've got a solid 10 years in this game. Yeah. You know, at my best before I, you know, potentially start declining. Like I don't want to fuck that up. Like, and I'm very serious about that. I'm like, I don't. Like I used to I've been on a few skiing trips, and even now I'm like, do I even want to ski anymore? Because I've got a bit of a dodgy knee. One twist, boom, done. I'm like, no,
yeah. My sister broke her femur last week.
What? Broke her femur?
Last week skiing. She had to get airlifted off the slopes. Yeah.
Wow.
This is why I won't go boarding again. Same thing. I can't risk it. My knee's taken up from the hack squat.
You know, I don't do backflips no more. You know, you go to them trampoline places, you know, all my pals used to do like trampoline and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, try it out. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm 20 kilos heavier than I used to be. He's like, I'm not trying it. Like, because if I land funny, I'm just fucked. You know, I'm cool. Like, you can do it. It looks better when you do it anyway.
I was a fucking idiot and backflipped on the pavement the other day.
You busted.
I'm not doing it again though. It killed my feet. Actually, if I took the audio off the reel, you'd hear how hard my feet floor. They were so sore the next day. It was ridiculous. But I think Brandon Harding posted it and he couldn't land it.
Yeah.
So me and my missus was laying down by the pool and she was like, "Oh, Brandon Harding can't land it. Why don't you do it?" And I'm not gonna lie, ego got the better of me. And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll do it right now." It just stood up on the fucking pavement and just boom, done it. Luckily landed it, but I'm not doing it again.
Yeah.
Hal was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, can you please stop?
I was like, fucking measuring dicks. Sorry, bro.
It's got to be done, man. It happens sometimes.
Yeah. But no, I don't do nothing. I just bodybuild, man. I was playing guitar before I come out here, but I ain't got my guitar with me. I was attempting to play guitar. But
what's it been like trying to get everything rolling in Dubai? Because it's such a bodybuilding thriving community. I can imagine. I've seen people go out there and they relatively. I'm not saying they're unsuccessful in the UK, but there's a difference when they get out there how quickly they boom.
Yeah, a
couple of friends that moved out there that have done similar, just exploded the minute they got there.
You know what it is? I think it's actually the amount of people that are here now, like from the UK. It's a really when you come out here, you're kind of welcomed by any, like if you're from the UK, you know, and they've been here, they're out here, they've done it. Everyone's very, very welcoming. Like everyone, they want to help you. You know, like I went to rent a car, I went to rent a place. Like where to get food, this and that. Everyone's very welcoming. So it's really, really fucking easy to come out here and get started, because there's a lot of people in there done it, like the OGs, like Darren Farrell. Obviously, I'm fortunate that he's a very good friend of mine anyway. I've been with him, stayed with him in his apartment in Dubai before. So like, I was very close with the lads out here who have been here the longest. But there's a lot of people out here doing it, man. And it's just, I think you come out here and you have nothing else to focus. Obviously, there are distractions, but generally, like, 90% of the time, you're just out here focused on working on your business. You're away from family, you're away from friends. So it's just the fact that you have the time to, and obviously you're around a lot of people doing well, and it makes you want to do better,
Oh, yeah. Is it, I got told as well, a mate of mine, he had like insulin delivered to his door, like out there.
Probably. I mean, I just bought it at the pharmacy. First time I've ever used it. She's got me on 20 IUs in the morning.
Yeah.
I think it's slow acting stuff. I don't even know.
Atlantis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Atlantis. Yeah. It's like, it's well cheap. You just buy it in the pharmacy.
Mad. No more WhatsApp numbers.
Yeah. T4 metformin. You just buy it in the pharmacy, man.
Hey, what's the price? Send it over here.
Yeah, I probably could, mate. I can't remember what the price was. I can't remember. Cheap.
The regulations, man, they're really hot on like not using recreational drugs out there and all that. No alcohol and stuff, and they're like, oh, it's bodybuilding. Yeah, sweet. Fuck it, it's cool.
Yeah, they love bodybuilding. It's funny though. You can actually get alcohol. There's little alcohol drivers that come around and secretly drop it off.
I knew they had like little like.
They serve it up like it's cocaine. You have to get in car with that. I wouldn't know. I haven't bought any.
Yeah. Mad. What, is it no alcohol completely, or is it none in public?
No, they have few. I remember there's a few like bars and stuff that are licensed for holiday people. Some hotels, if you're in the grounds.
Yeah, there's loads of places to drink out here, man. Because all the bars and all the restaurants are linked to hotels and stuff, so they all serve alcohol. But even so, there's like, you go down to like the mall and stuff. Like there's an alcohol-free side. There's an alcohol side,
Okay.
All the beach clubs serve alcohol, everything. So it's very different now. People are like, oh, Dubai. It's not like that, Girls walk around shorts and a crop top during the day, like it's nothing,
Yeah. What about cost of living? I think we covered this with a few other people before, but is it relatively the same? But most people just say it's as expensive as you make it. It seems to be the most common thing. Really.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like boring answer, but it's just as expensive as you make it. Like I'd say food is the same, to be honest. It's only certain things like branded stuff. Like, for example, pack of Cocoa Pops is like a £5. It's just certain things that are branded and exported are really jacked up, but you can get the same thing like their brand. So and things like meat and stuff like that, it's exactly the same. Like some things are cheaper. So I wouldn't, food wise is exactly the same. Obviously going out to eat, it's what you make it. Like there's some, and I've been to a lot of them, freaking expensive places like cocktail. You go like London and it's £15-20 for a cocktail, maybe. It's like that. Like here's like £20 for a cocktail, £30 for a cocktail.
You're like, we'll only get one of them, should we, babe?
You can get like steaks for like £200 and stuff like that. It's crazy. Like, but you don't have to spend that. There's places that are just normal as well, But in terms of like renting apartments and stuff, it's very similar. Like we're not in a massive place at the minute. We've just gone we was in a £1 million apartment, but that was one of my clients. It was just he gave us a lucky start. He was like, empty. Do you want to come out? I was like, yeah, I'll take it. But now we've just moved to a little Airbnb.
Yeah. What's that like? $1,200 a month, yeah? Airbnb?
Yeah, $1,200 a month. We're looking to kind of upgrade next month. I just wanted to like take it slow. Like cars, £400 a month.
Yeah.
Or no, £300 a month. Although fucking fuel is nothing out here. Fuck me. We drove it to the gas.
I heard,
podcast, £18 to fill up.
Crazy.
It's literally the same as what I pay here. It's identical. Sunny country, bodybuilding everywhere.
Yeah.
I've got to quit a job.
It's not crazy different. It just can. You end up spending more because there's stuff to do. Yeah. Like beach clubs and stuff. You go to a beach club, you pay £50 for a bed, and you stay there all day and spend money on food. Like it's just because there's stuff to do. But it doesn't have to be expensive if you don't want it to. You could easily come out here on a budget and get yourself started.
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that when they move out to Dubai, they also blow up, not just from a business point, but like bodybuilding wise, they just get wham. And everyone always makes a joke like, oh, it's the Dubai GH, it's all this, it's what they're using, or blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty convinced it's more down to like the lifestyle change. That you go from here in the UK stressing your bollocks after in Dubai, like you said, you go to a beach club and you've got someone waiting hand on foot bringing you your macro track food. Like,
it is, man. It's lifestyle. It's so much. Yeah, it's just lifestyle. Like, for example, like you go to the garage to fill up, guy does it for you, takes the payment. You go shopping and you got a fuck ton of shopping, somebody packs the bags for you. Like, there's a maid in every building, like they make the beds, they like everything, man. It's just a very, very comfortable lifestyle, and like I say, there's a lot of things to do. Sunshine every day, happier, low stress. I think it's the lifestyle over everything, man, because it all has a knock-on effect, right? If you got the sun on your face, you got things to do, like things are going well, and then it has a knock-on effect, with everything you do. Food is more on point, training is on point. It has a knock-on effect,
Yeah, that's awesome.
See how that's the secret. We've got to get out there.
Yeah, I did speak to Tom. I bumped into clients at a show I was going to, that Pure Elite one. He was like, mate, you just need to fucking come. He was like, just come out there. He was like, you just need to come, and he couldn't be more gassed about it.
He is cool. He is cool. But what I will say though, it's not. I wouldn't want anyone to think that it's the be all and end all though, because it is ultimately you are just living like a few beach clubs, but it's not really any different to being in the UK.
Yeah, the novelty I guess wears off. I can imagine at some point.
Yeah,
it's amazing in some respects.
Yeah, you can, just because you're out here, you can still be miserable like I was, like if you're not happy, I'm serious, like if you're not happy within yourself, it doesn't matter where you are, so I wouldn't want anyone thinking like, like, I've gone to Dubai, living the life, and now everyone's like, oh yeah, living the life. And it's like, oh, not really, like shit still happens, you still have shit going on in your own head. But like it is, if you're content in yourself, then yes, it is a nice lifestyle.
What I was going to ask is, so your partner obviously lives out there with you. Is her business, is her coaching, or is it something else that she does, or what?
Same thing, online coaching. Yeah, she does the same thing.
She's a competitor as well.
Yeah, she started about the same time as me, I think, like 2016. Obviously, we didn't know each other then, but yeah, she's going for a pro card. She went for it last year, didn't quite get it, but she's going to go for it. I don't know if I should say this. No, if she said to anyone, she might be going.
It's all right. Not too many people listen to this. All right.
I think she's going to go for it. She's going to go for it again this year. But yeah, she competes. She does exactly the same thing as me.
Awesome, rolling together with it.
Yeah,
it's a dynamic that works, man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've had girls, like my history of freaking girlfriends. I've been with people in the industry. I say people, I've only had a couple of girlfriends. I've been with one in the industry, been with one without the industry, that's outside the industry. And after being with them too, I was like, no, I definitely need one that's in the industry, because the second one, because I went to one without, that was outside of it, thinking that would be better. It was way worse.
Really?
Yeah. Just because of the, the whole Instagram things. Like, it's not normal to have your boyfriend be posting pictures up in his pants every day. It's not. If they're not fully into understanding what bodybuilding is, all they see is you getting attention, male or female, like all they just
male more, as we know.
Male definitely more, bro. My freaking Instagram is littered with it. I'm getting asked to send dirty socks and freaking boxes on daily basis to people.
Is there a price that tempts you?
Huh?
Is there a price?
I've done it.
Oh,
done it.
See?
How much?
Yes.
How much? I've done it once for a laugh. I was with Hannah. I was like, fuck it. I was like, 100 quid for a pair of socks. I was like, fuck it. I was like, I keep getting asked. He was like, oh, no, how much? I was like, 100 quid. I just sent my email. I was like, here's my PayPal. You send the money, I'll send you socks. He sent it, 100 quid. I never sent him the socks.
That's what
I literally, every time I get one, I barter with him. I'm like, right, well, look, I'm interested. Here's my price. And then they're like to and fro, and they never, ever come to like agreements. I'm waiting for that.
I've had once, but no, I won't be getting into a habit. It was more just for a laugh. But like my missus fucking hand gets like some sick suggestions, man. Like there was a dude like, oh, I'm out here in Dubai. I want to see you and your boyfriend. Fuck, I'll give you 25k each. And it's just like, what? Like,
John,
like, I don't
cash in, mate. Cash in on that.
Fucking mate, it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird, mate.
Just imagine it's like Brandon, isn't it? Brandon done the OnlyFans. It's just same principle, just this in person watching.
I just can't go to that world, man. I've got fix about it. Like, I think it's really fucked up, and it's fucking a lot of people up. They just sell themselves, man. Just sell themselves.
Wait, you know guys who've done it then?
Huh?
You know guys who have like gone into some of this stuff then?
Not even really. I try not to talk about it.
I was gonna say, I can't imagine there's many that have.
Yeah, or there's probably ones that have and then haven't spoke about it, I guess, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I just think it's a proper, I don't know what I think of it. I mean, whatever floats your boat, I suppose. But I am a bit of a deep guy when it comes to stuff like that. I'm like, no, man, like, I don't want to make my living doing that shit. You know, I've got more self-respect.
Yeah. A little bit more than that £100 pair of socks.
Yeah, like you know, me and the missus in the bedroom, then it'd be a dirty fucker, but
yeah, gotcha.
Not for some other weirdo sat in the corner watching.
My missus ain't fucking her in front of you.
Yeah. The weirdest one I got was 2019 prep. I had this guy and his boyfriend. They offered me, I think it was like 150 quid or something, to go to their apartment. There'd be a glory hole set up. They'd leave the money like this side, right? I swear to God, right? Come in, poke the old boy through, right?
Poke the old boy through.
Get sorted.
On the flop.
Just like
to force you then.
And it was just like, this is mad. Like, you're getting a bit of good shape. The DMs are strange. Like, George obviously got more into it the last few years, and like, you get these strange old requests, and these guys don't hold back. You know, our girlfriends are all over our pages, and it's like, mate, you are disgusting.
You just got to switch off from it. It's just fucking stupid at the end.
I always show it to Els, or like someone will send you like a nude, and it's like, I'm not sure if this is even him or something, but it's like, you all right? You all right, bro? Like, or like, I'll get her to send her a selfie back to him, like, hey, you know what I mean?
Me and Han play with that all the time. She got a message the other day, like, oh my God, you're amazing, you're wonderful, I want you to be my wife. And she just gets her phone and takes a picture of me, and I'm like, and we do that shit all the time. Yeah. There was one dude the other day messaged me. He messaged me and he was like, oh man, he was like, I've got a problem, like I need some advice. Can you help me? And I thought that's all he said, and I just thought he was talking training, posing, whatever. And I was like, yeah, cool. I know you asked to jump on a consultation. He's like, how much do you charge for a consultation? I need some advice. Because I had a little chat, and then he was like, yeah, see, it's just my missus. Like, she said she's unsatisfied, and that size is a problem, and all that shit. And I was like, what? And he was like, I can't satisfy my missus. Like, what do I do about it? And I was like, voice noting, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't have them problems. Just like having a conversation when he was like, oh, is 2.8 inches really that bad?
Oh my God.
I was like, this kid's like fucking with me. I was like, but I was just cracking for it. It's funny.
Yeah.
Them ones have got to make the story. They got to be shamed on the story.
Yeah. It is mad. You know,
I should have. I don't even know why I didn't actually. I should have.
If there's one that's got comedy gold, if it's something like that that's comedy gold, man, I will shame it. Post it, shame it.
I remember
you must know Ryan Mackins, John, do you?
Ryan Mackins? He's
a class 1 super heavy guy, UK amateur. But anyway, like, he always shares his DMs of like random things he gets after him and his girlfriend, and it always, you know, the message always starts off harmless, obviously, just to get a bit of reply, and then it just goes down a hole, like, to these strange old requests, and these are lethal. I was like, dude, obviously they're all fake profiles, and I was like, these guys probably go to work, say hello to people, shake people's hands, and then coming back on Instagram and just man,
fucking wrong.
It's a weird old world out there.
Well, that's definitely a way.
I was watching Tinder Swindler. She wanted to watch it.
Oh mate, I watched it last night.
It's really good.
It's fucked.
How that man, mate. Part of me was like, are the birds stupid, or like, is he really fucking psychological?
I thought I was like, fucking gold diggers.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, I suppose, you know, on the flip side, I don't know.
But the man, how much fucking money he made? Like 140 million off these people from just pretending to be their like missus or whatever, stringing them along.
And every time he's like, oh, I've got to go here for business, he's just going to
another bird. He was living the life.
Yeah.
Contact,
he got it figured out. I mean, yeah, he's a douchebag, but
he had it figured out.
he had it figured out, didn't he?
He cracked the code, didn't he?
When you weigh it up, 5 months inside, 140 mil plane.
He was getting birds to fund the $1 million lifestyle. Like, to be honest, we should look up to the guy.
Yeah. I mean,
he had the birds paying for everything.
Yeah, he's even making money now. What's that? It's like a company that you pay him like £50 or something to do like a personal voice note to them or a personal video.
Is it?
Yeah, and he started doing those. And obviously people are going to cash in, getting all these, like a car guy I follow, he got one. And another guy who's, my enemies are after me, send me more, that sort of stuff. And he's like, he's taking advantage of it, so fair play to him.
Yeah, definitely. Fuck shit.
I think that is we've hit just over the hour, so is it a good time to wrap it up? I
feel like it is, man. John, you honestly, it's been nice just to hear how humble you are, man. It's nice to see how open you are as well.
Mate, it's quality. It is. Nice little insight. We've got into some cool stuff, some deep stuff, and obviously a hell of a lot of funny stuff. So it's mega. It was unreal.
I appreciate you having me always on. I hope your podcast continues to do well.
Honestly, things like this, man, just by you giving us a chance to speak to pros and things like that, it's going to make more people want to be involved. So we are nothing but thankful. When Leon told us, we were like, really? Like, you want to come on up? You want to talk to us? You know what I mean? Honestly, it's mega. Is there
anyone in the industry like willing to, it's the industry, isn't it? It's like, it was good to me. You just gotta, everyone helps everyone,
That's what I found out. The more people you talk to, and you end up networking, or I don't like to use the word networking, sounds too corporate, but you talk to this guy and that guy, and it's like, oh, this guy knows this guy. And I had a guy say to me, Dave's like, oh, if you ever go compete abroad, I know this guy who does this show, and he was like, oh, I'll let him know that, and he'll sort you out. I'm like,
yeah,
like just by talking to this guy in the gym, do you know what I mean? It's mad.
I think you'll find, like, overall, generally, like, I've been in the game, well, not ages, a good while now. Like, met a lot of people, met most of the pros, probably every pro in the industry, and everyone's willing to help everyone. Bodybuilding is a small industry. Like, we ain't got enough people in the industry to be freaking not helping each other up. Otherwise, what is bodybuilding like? It's gonna burn.
100%, man. 100%. John, have you got anything you want to promote at the end of this? We'll leave a little bit for you. Anything you've got going on?
Coaching, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not a big man for promoting myself. I'm a coach. You want to do some coaching, we do some coaching, whatever. But no, probably the only thing I'd say I want to promote is so I brought out my ebook, the Periodized Posing Protocol. I suppose that's the only thing I would push. I genuinely really believe that if you're especially a first timer, but anywhere from sort of first timers to first couple of years competing, I genuinely believe that ebook will help transform your posing. And it's only 20 quid. So I generally believe that you're missing out if you don't have that. That's all I would say. Only because I would have loved to have something like that when I was first started,
Okay.
But that's about it,
Amazing.
Like I said, awesome.
Links in the Instagram.
I'll anything else I'll attach on the bottom of the comments on YouTube.
Yeah, of course.
Absolute pleasure having you on, brother.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for your time.
No, of course, it was good. It was a good chat. Appreciate you having me.
Nice, man. Right, well, until the next time, guys. Peace.
See you later.
Bye.